Hey, it's Yang. I'm the speaker coach at Speaking Volumes, and today is day one of the Speak Up Speaking Challenge, where I'll be sharing with you one defining moment in my life every single day for the next 30 days. And today I'll be sharing with you a defining moment. It's a groundbreaking moment of how I decided to become a speaker. It's kind of like my origin story of where it all began, what planted the seed within me to want to even do public speaking, and always the shy kid, and how did I even get into it. So I'll be sharing with you that story in this video. Okay, so how did I become a speaker? Why did I even become a speaker? Now, it's quite an interesting story. When I was a teenager in high school, I was a nerd. I was the person who was I was studying maths and science. And so when I was going to the career advisor, they shared with us a book. And in this book, it showed you all the different careers that you could undertake in the future. And I did this personality test. One of the things it told me was I should be a scientist or a statistician or an actuary or a mathematician. So it was very science-based, very left brain kind of careers. And so those were the options for me. And I distinctly remember also when I went to my high school after graduating university, much later on, I went there and I went to the receptionist. And the receptionist, she remembered me, and I was talking to her and she said, "You're not a scientist? We were expecting you to do something related to the science of something left brain." This was after being an actuarial consultant. So this was very much like maybe when I was doing digital marketing so anyway, I came back and she was surprised. And this was totally not what I was expecting to do in the future. But back then I was very much someone who was a science, and I was shy, I had a monobrow, I had a stutter. So I had all these things going against me to becoming a speaker. When I was in high school, there was a speaker who came to the school. I think it was in year 10 when he came and just talked about various topics like bullying, how to, deal with teenager life, because it is not the easiest life, and I did not have the easiest life in high school. I don't think anyone does, really. There's growing pains. And so Mark Dobson was the speaker who came to us, and he spoke, and I really enjoyed his talk. I really don't remember what he spoke about, but he talked a lot about bullying and teenage life. After that, he came to the school again. I think it was during some sort of camp, a motivational camp, and he came back, he did another talk, and at the end he talked about having a youth camp that he ran, and I was totally excited. I wanted to attend this camp, and I was like, yes, I am definitely going to it. But I realized that there was an age range, and it was only for people between the ages of 12 and 16, and I was on the cutoff point. So I was 16, I was like on the verge of not being able to attend. I was like, yes, I can still attend. I was pretty excited about that. And so I went to my parents and I was like, I want to go to this camp. I definitely want to do this. They said, okay, well, just go. I think it was like 4 days for the youth camp. It was in the middle of the bush. So I went there. It was pretty cool because it was just people from all over Melbourne, kids from all over Melbourne, I think around 100 people. And we had one other guy, Robin, from my year level from my school. I don't think anyone else came from our school. So we had all these people all over Melbourne coming to this youth camp. It was like a mini Tony Robbins event. We got like lots of excitement, lots of music, and lots of being on stage, like the guy was on stage, and it was a bit like a Tony Robbins event, which I attended a few years later, and it was fun. It was something that I really enjoy. There was a moment there where I was like, I watched him on stage. He was talking about the 6 human needs. Like Tony Robbins talks about the 6 human needs. I think he got it from Tony Robbins. Significance, love, growth, uncertainty. So the 6 human needs, and there was all these topics he talked about, like disc profiling. He talked about the 5 stages of communications and teams. He talked about all these interesting topics, and it was cool to be able to go there and to be around people who were interested in personal development and personal growth, and he was making money doing that. It really planted a seed in me, because by that point I was told that I needed to do all these cut and dry careers, and doing this speaking, it was not something that was on my radar. It was not something that I thought of myself ever doing. So it really expanded my horizons. It broadened my perspective. And for me, it didn't motivate me to become a speaker then and there, because at 16, I still didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't have confidence in my abilities as a speaker, as someone who communicates. I was very shy. I had a stutter. I didn't have a lot of life experience. It really sparked this journey of personal growth, learning from personal growth books, in particular spiritual books as well. So it really started this journey, but it didn't really move me to become a speaker straight away. It was only like 10 years later that I actually made money as a speaker. That was the beginning, the origin story, you could say, of being a speaker. It was an exciting time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, the very first defining moment. So I look forward to sharing with you day 2. If you don't do what I say, you're out on the street. What kind of parenting is that? And I'll see you on the next video.